which is obvious. So, what we have here is a line-up of quality people that would manage to get gigs somewhere else, but they're so fucking desperate they come to me. That is totally not true. There's more talent in this room tonight, and I mean comedy talent, musical talent, and I'll get to the sexy talent when I turn my head. Oh, hi Bob. There's more talent in this room tonight than probably 75% of the gigs that you have to pay for out of town. None of us have got egos that think, you know, we're fucking really big, smarty comedy pants. Fuck off. No. We're in this because we love doing what we do. We encourage people, or I encourage people, which is why Rufus, we only met last year. Guy met in Redcar last year. He came up. Nothing to do with comedy, he just came up. And last night, a couple of guys that we only met last year, haven't seen them, said that we could come up here and do stuff, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it doesn't matter, fuck. They were good. They were actually excellent. And I didn't want to go down the negative road, but I got a bit of slagging because this place is allegedly a fucking nightmare, a dump. The natives aren't just restless, they're fucking maniacs. But when they've come down here, they've taken the comedy on board, they've thoroughly enjoyed it, they've got involved, and I just say to these pretentious, sanctimonious pricks, fuck you, I'm going to carry on doing what I'm doing. Now, that's not any pressure on you. Because this is one of the loveliest, funniest, honest, genuine ladies I have ever met in comedy. And she's on at about 10 o'clock. Nah. Put your hands, legs and everything else together for Claire Michael.
Women are thought to be predictable and unintelligent in both thought and deed. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen of the Sit Down Stand Up Comedy Club, I'm going to blow your belief system. I'm going to talk about world history, politics, economics, the psychoanalytical breakdown of a poker player, and if I've got time left at the end, football. Am I fuck? I'm just here to tell you stories in the vain hope that you think that I've made them up. I think there's a lot of truth in comedy. I mean, when was the last time you heard a joke about the father-in-law? Doesn't happen. I'm not interested in climbing up the ladder of success because you would see my pants. And we can't have that. I was brought up in a place called Airdrie. And feel sorry for me, right? And I was subject to a form of abuse as a child. In the sense that my parents made me have the same haircut as my dad. It's not a good look. Who remembers the first high school disco? It's a big fucking deal, the high school disco. Well, for me, the fashion at the time was the knee-length trouser with the buckle and the waistcoat to match. Mine was all in the velvet. You take that haircut and that outfit into the high school disco, I turned up as a man. It's not fine. So, I'm a single parent. I'm divorced.
Yes.
Yeah, feel sorry for me. I always seem to go for the same kind of men. Ones with syphilis. Of the soul. Yeah. When I'm looking for a partner now, I'm looking for the polar opposite of my ex-husband because he was a functional alcoholic. And you come, sit down, take your time, just whenever you're ready.
Leave me alone.
Leave him alone.
We're here.
You're here.
And
I'm
we're
delighted
back in
for
the
you.
room.
Back in the room.
Back in the
Good
room.
for you. Good for you. Yeah, so I was explaining to the audience here that I always go for the same kind of men with syphilis, and I'm a single parent, and I'm looking for the polar opposite of my ex-husband. That's what I'm looking for in a man. I know some of you know, problems in your relationships, but my ex was a functional alcoholic. So when I'm looking for a man, I'm definitely looking for the opposite. Now you're probably thinking, Claire, where are you going to find a man that's teetotal? See, I'm not an unrealistic person. When I say I'm looking for the polar opposite, I just mean one who doesn't wet the bed. Isn't it lovely about when you meet a new partner and you take them home to meet your parents for the first time? It's beautiful, isn't it? And your mum and dad's got the photograph album out, cups of tea, reminiscing. You girls know exactly what I'm talking about. And you're telling stories, it's lovely. And then your brother, he comes wandering in and he joins in too. And he's like, Claire, remember that time you crawled into my bed and shat all over the top of me?
Kinky.
Remember that time, Claire, you took all the hairs off a brush, popped them between your legs and pulled your night up to show us how grown up you become? Yeah, it's not fine. Does anyone have a parent that doesn't have a mental illness, but they mix all the words up? Yeah? My mum invites me round for dinner with the offer of a chicken carousel. That's actually quite hard to eat. But the names change all the time. So if you go round for a curry, you can be offered any number of things. Do you want pompadumps for that? Poopadoops, pumpy-dumps, floppadoops? All the time. She even asked me, she said, Claire, have you seen that film, Edward Scissorheads? How many heads has he got?
2.
I'll tell you, it was worse. She once asked me, Claire, have you seen that new Disney film, that Cappuccino? I'm thinking, Cappuccino? Disney? Cappuccino. Do you know what she meant? Pocahontas? Fucking racist. Even my dad started joining in with the madness. I was a gymnast in my younger years and I was always running late for going to the gym, and my dad would be giving me a lift and he would shout up the stairs to me, Claire, if you're not ready in 5 minutes, I'll go myself. I didn't even know my dad had a leotard. Seriously? Do you know when I get married, my dad said to me, he said, Claire, I don't really see it as losing a daughter so much as gaining an arsehole. A lot of people can relate to that. My mainstay in life is my hip old granny. And she tells me nice stuff, things like this. There only are 2 types of man. There are the ones who are obsessed with sex and the deceased. Yeah, she's got it going. I travel about quite a bit and always hear lots of excuses for things. And when I was in Ireland, over in Belfast, you know how all us girls are always trying to lose weight or we're on a diet. Some females are always on a diet at some point. Best excuse ever. She said, I've put on a wee bit of weight lately, but it's not my fault. I seem to have developed an overactive knife and fork. Which I thought was really quite nice. When I was down in Covent Gardens, I overheard 2 women discussing sex. This was what the conversation went like. It's hard to explain, darling. I mean, we notice these things, don't we? I mean, I'm not stupid. Then she goes on to say, George was uber adventurous when we first met. He was rogering me left, right and centre. Fisting. Utterly fabulous when it came to cunnilingus. He was most attentive around my plage. Now this is how they're discussing sex in Covent Gardens. Now when I came up to Scotland, just at the start of the Fringe, I overheard some lovely ladies, Scottish ladies, talking about sex, and this is how it went. Aye, Ken, it's coming up to his birthday, Ken, so I was thinking something a wee bit more special. Aye, I was thinking, Ken, surprising him with a pokey bum bank. Which I thought was shocking. People say to me, Claire, why do you want to do stand-up comedy? And I'll be honest with you, I want to do stand-up comedy for the same reason that any male wants to do stand-up comedy. I want to get laid. Thank you very much. Good night.
Mine's at this end. You started it. Absolutely fucking excellent. Don't you think, ladies?
Yeah!
It's like the panel on The Voice. Except you're facing this way. Right, we're going to speedily move on. You better maybe take photos of me.
All the time.
Kinky.
I know. I know what you're actually thinking, that I'm the inspiration for 50 Shades of Grey.
And that's only half your head.
Just because of the hair. In case any of you are wondering who this twat is, that is my youngest brother.
I am Davey 2.0.
The lady behind him is probably his carer. Right, could you put your arms, legs, fingernails, toenails, fish flaps, whatever else together for this week, cunt. He's actually been here more than the staff up the stair.
I'm desperate for gigs. I've only done 6.
How many have you done this week?
This is my 7th I've ever done.
Right.
Yes.
My wee liver puddly cuddle buster.
Scouser.
Right, come on in. Right, I'll be checking if like you leave the microphone.
I'll take the speakers away from
Oh. You got any white lights?
Fucking stolen already. Chris Gifford, ladies and gents.
Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. So I'm wearing a Hug Me t-shirt. I woke up this morning and I genuinely thought, well, what am I going to wear today on stage? And I thought, you know, maybe I should not wear it because it would make me seem a bit physical and emotionally needy. But then I thought, well, I actually own a Hug Me t-shirt, so that's kind of redundant. For the next 5 or so minutes, until I forget half the stuff, I'm going to attempt to amuse you. I've actually brought along a few notes because I've got a terrible memory. So at some point, if you see me doing this,
Doing a line.
no, I'm just scratching my balls. Don't worry. So yeah, this is all new. I waited ages to make my debut in a place that I knew that did not condone heckling. My reason for that was to make sure, you know, if my performance was woeful, I couldn't be told as such during. It was a similar reason of mine that I'm losing my virginity to my then girlfriend that I drugged her beforehand. Yeah, which didn't go down very well. She choked. I'm an atheist, not just because I'm logical, rational and relatively intelligent, but more so because I couldn't possibly believe in anything so innately cruel. Because if God created me, He made me look like this, whilst giving me a sex drive, which, if I was devoid of morality, would lead me to being a serial rapist. And a tiny cock. He also made me selfish, because, to be honest, I couldn't really give a fuck about the kids he gives AIDS or cancer to. I just want an average-sized dick. Whilst on the subject of religion, because they seem to think that they can have a say in almost anything of our lives, when in fact they are completely redundant and serve no purpose to any person on this planet. Just my opinion. and also right. I would like to have my 2 pennies worth when it comes to the whole gay marriage issue. Personally, I don't agree with it. I mean, the notion of if you just let me just carry on. The notion of it's fine, you know, gay people eloping's grand, you know, I just don't like it termed as gay marriage because someone somewhere could misconstrue that and, you know, maybe think in some way, by definition, there is such a thing as a happy marriage. Which, child of divorce never fucking is.
Redeemed yourself.
I didn't fucking stone me.
Are you kidding, huh?
Who? Anyone? Everyone? Too fucking skin. I've stopped coke recently. Not due to wanting to, more so due to developing a condition called rhinitis, which doesn't make me horny. Stupid joke. But it actually means that I almost have a permanently blocked nose, which is not very conducive to actually snorting. So I did it over 3 weeks. I tried different ways. You know, first off, I thought, well, you know, rub it into the gums, it was alright. Second week, for a better fix, rubbed it into the eyes, bit better. Third week, got a bit adventurous. Pleasure you cannot measure. Let me tell you, within a week, I was applying it by use of a 10-inch dildo so many times that I had a heart attack and prolapse. I was found by my mother. She was disgusted. It was her dildo. Hey, sure, I like it, my family. I'm single.
Oh shit!
Thank you very much! I was going to say that's not a joke, it's an advertisement, you cunt!
But I still hug you.
Thank you. Would you hug me if I didn't have this on? Would you hug me if I had nothing on?
Well, no.
No. Be honest. I'm under no illusions that I'm going to get laid after today's gig. So yeah, I've had shit luck with women over the years. My most recent breakup came about because the girl I was with thought I had an almost torturous want for sex, which is ridiculous. I mean, I like it, you know, it's grand, but I mean, if she would have said the sex was torturous, I could have understood that, because, you know, I sweat a lot, so when I'm on top, it was kind of like she was being waterboarded. Nice vision, eh, mate?
Nice,
Sweet dreams for you tonight.
Painting pictures with words.
But it's, I don't know, I can't meet screwed up women, like, they either have, you know, more baggage than an Airbus, or the emotional intelligence of a fetus, or the sex drive somewhere on the spectrum between a Vulcan and a neutered panda. It's fucking, it's just ridiculous. But, you know, you can't change people, you really can't, you know, if you go into a relationship thinking you can, you're destined for failure. But, through experience, if you've learned something, if something is likely to happen, or an inevitability, it's okay to prepare for. That's why, as I like my women curvy, I want my next girlfriend to be skinny. So when I make her the happiest and most content she's ever been, and the ensuing overeating starts, she will hopefully grow into the woman that I love, and not into the one that ate her. I have slept with a few rather, put it nicely, corpulent women in my time, and you know, it's fine, you know, the old adage, there's more to hold on to, but there's always a problem when it comes to the oral sex. I mean, sure, you can pretend that the various rolls of skin that within which there is somewhere a vagina is the face of a really cute, sharp hate puppy, but you do find so inclusive of that wet dog smell. Which is not the nicest, if I'm honest. Now I'm single again, I don't have to worry about the whole subject of fatherhood. It's been worrying me for years. And I do genuinely want kids, but I just have this complete and stupid irrational fear, as almost every fear is completely irrational. But I just keep thinking, you know, what if what if it was ginger? I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that,
Kill it.
you know. And I implore you to not think of me as being an utter bastard. I've just not got the maturity in me to deal with raising a child that's going to be subject to such abhorrent levels of discrimination and persecution on a daily basis. I just couldn't do it. You know, so the last thing I'd want after my beautiful wife has just given birth is to have to drive around for hours trying to find an old ginger household to dump a little kid outside of. You know, and even worse than that, I'm going to get desperate. You know, what happens? I could end up going against everything I am and everything I believe in and spend the first few years of his life praying for cot death. As usual, that joke went down about as well as a virgin with no sensitive gag reflex and braces. But, you know, hopefully over time I'll improve, just like I did when I had the braces removed, according to my dad anyway. Good night.